Let's do an example for section 6.4. So what changes in this section is we'll have a normal distribution, we'll have a mean and standard deviation, but this time we'll just know the probability or the area under the curve, and we need to find x. So for example, we're looking at an electric company, and they tell us that the average is 1,650 kilowatt hours for people's energy usage. And they tell us that the standard deviation is 320 kilowatt hours a month. And because they're working on something like sustainability, they're trying to identify the people that are using the most energy and contact them about maybe there's some old appliance or something really drawing a lot of power. So if they want to send these notices to everybody that's in the top 10% of the 100% of electric company customers, here is the top 10% that use the most power, and this is the amount of power they're using, but we don't know X. We just know that they're in the top 10%. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the inverse of the normal distribution. So we'll go into here, and this time we'll look for what's called, well, we'll type in normal again. We'll say go. And what our choice will be is we're going to use this norm inverse and say, okay, so the probability that we put in is a 0.1 for a distribution that has a mean of 1,650 and a standard deviation of 320, and then we say okay, and this tells us that anybody, what I just found, well, it's good to work this out, is I just found the bottom 10% of users used 1,239.9 kilowatt hours. I forgot it was giving us only the right tail, or excuse me, the left tail. We need the right tail, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to look up not 10%, but 90% in order to find the large users. These would be the bottom 10%. So I'm going to go back, do the function again, norm inverse. Now I'm going to put in 0.9. Then I'm going to put in 1,650. And then I'm going to put in 320. And when I do that, that's my answer needed to be something above the mean. So this is 2,060.10. That's the amount of power used by top 10%. What we're saying by the top 10% is they're using that amount of power or more to make it into the top 10% of customers.